Oh boy, what an intro. After that, you think that you were going to actually see something or somebody or something. Hey guys, how are you? This is Foster Carter, and welcome to another episode of Foster's Animal World TV. And I would say today, just to start the show off with a little bit of, because I was going to tell you guys that, we would welcome to the day's prayer circle, and we will be studying John chapter 5. And but instead, I'm going to say, hi, Paula.
Good morning.
How are you, dear?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. You look good, man. Welcome. I'm so glad you're back. You know I missed you, right?
Yeah, but it's like you look good today if I could see you, because I know you were laying out in the sun at the pool today. While I'm slaving, working my fingers to the bone to get everything set up.
Oh my God. You don't know, man. That was 1 second in a 48-hour day.
What are you talking about? We work hard out here, Paula. You know how hard it is to put on sunscreen while eating a donut and drinking coffee and walking down the street and the wind's blowing the trees and everything's going on, the dogs are barking. You know how hard that is?
You have to watch out for those palm tree branches dropping.
God.
I know, and I know Foster was working hard, helping to put up kennels, and he was on the roof, and
That's
he
right.
was doing taxes.
Exactly.
At the same time.
At the same time, and man, the taxes, that's gonna be a whole nother story we're gonna talk about later, right? But I just wanted to start off with letting everybody have these words of, from Mark Twain, okay? And that is, kindness is a language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Okay, so take that with you today. And, at that moment that you are sitting on the freeway, totally pissed off, like, why won't the traffic move? And you guys are getting ready to shovel your driveway with the snow, from what I understand, in Chicago and where have you. And in New York City, where you guys actually got 30 degrees and stuff, Just remember kindness, a little bit of kindness. Don't worry because that taxi driver doesn't appear to be from this country. Don't worry because, it's another bill from a bill collector. That's all right. Tomorrow will be a better day. So anyway, we just glad to be here today. Paula, that picture, man, laying by the swimming pool, I got to tell you, before I posted that, I sent it to a couple of the few loved ones that I have in this world. And people in the different parts of the country where the weather was messed up was like, got a little testy and stuff, So I said, well, maybe it's something to this. I sent that picture, Rock, to Paula first, right? She didn't answer me back for 45 minutes. And I was like, hey, where you at?
She was feeling some type of way about that.
Oh, Paula said, I'm hating you right now. I was like, oh, shit. That's 2 wives hating me. So that was actually funny. Here, let me pull that up. Just for those of you guys, here we go, who didn't see it. All right, this is the photograph that I took. It was a selfie. Danny got me into shooting these selfies, man. And I put it up on Facebook, and I said, oh, it's snowing in Chicago and 35 degrees in New York City. Wow, L.A. So it was good. So, Paula, now that I've done my laps, who we got on the show today? What's happening today? Because I have no clue. I know you did all of this stuff and you set up some wonderful guests and it was great. But just we can play like I had something to do with it.
Well, you did. You showed up and you are on the air, so you did have something to do.
Yeah, we are here. We are here today. That is true. But this week has not been a good one for me as far as, that's why I was laying by the pool to keep from, tying a brick to my ankles and sitting at the bottom of it. So
Well, Foster, The phone lines are open already. You know that, right?
Huh?
The phone lines are open, so we already got a caller on.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, they can hold 1 second right after Paula. Go ahead.
This week we have as special guest Dennis McDonough, and I hope I didn't butcher his name. He actually founded and operates Alabama Pet Registry.
Really?
And you know, I'm in Alabama.
That's
now.
what I was just getting ready to say. Wait, what kind of coincidence is that?
Coincidence.
Yeah,
You guys are-
exactly. And then we have our sweetheart of North Carolina, Donna Hughes.
There you go.
She's a performer. She sings, one of her songs is Dog on a 10-Foot Chain. And I also found her Walmart checkout line song, and it's hilarious.
Is that right?
You guys are going to have to check it out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then also today we have Donna Smith Lawrence.
Oh, Donna Smith.
Movie,
the movie?
Susie's Hope.
That's the movie, Donna.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we have
man.
an all-star lineup today.
We got Donna, and Don.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, wait a minute. You know what? I got a bone to pick with these two Donnas, though.
I'm Tony Orlando.
Yeah, because.
We have Dennis, Donna, and Donna.
Oh, Dennis, Donna, and Donna. Okay. That's cool. So, we'll just get to them as we get to them, you know, but the I want to hear this Walmart song when we get to that because, you know, she ripped me off for that Dog on a 10-Foot Chain song, you know. So I don't know. If so, she might have my house bugged or something, you know, and listening to me in the shower, and then next thing I know, she's ass capped, and bam, comes another hit, you know.
There you go.
So you look good though. You feeling good, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've got me on so much medicine. It's either going to work or it's going to kill me.
Yeah, well, eventually it's all going to kill us all. So nobody gets out alive, unfortunately, you know. So my thing is we make the most out of each day. And there we go. You know, whatever happens on that last day, at least they'll say, well, shit, they were kicking ass prior to that, you know. And so, you know, I made a decision that, you know, I will definitely quit work the day after I die, you know, but not nowhere before that. You know, as soon as that, probably the 6 foot of the 8 foot deep that they put me, I'll probably chill at that point. You know,
my grandpa used to say it all the time. He's like, you know, I'm dying, right?
Right.
Like, why do you always say that? He said, because we all die. Sometime.
We all die sooner or later. Hey, man, when I was with Dolomite was dying every day. You know, Quarter, you know I ain't got much longer. I used to say, none of us do, brother. None of us do. All right, so who's on the phone, Rock?
Richard.
Wait a minute. Hey, hello?
Hello?
Is this Highway Bob?
You can tell.
No, it's Dick.
It's
I have to use the D names. We're all D today, so you know.
That's right. That's right. So now we got Dick and Donna and Dan and Donna. There we go. Hey guys, this is part of the Foster's Animal World family. Richard Jenkins rolling down the highways of America. Somewhere where you at, brother?
On the road again?
I'm in Mississippi right now.
Mississippi, better the you than me. Yes, for sure. You know, we say go round Georgia. And, you know, the brothers, and go around Mississippi, man. Yeah, well, are you anywhere close to Money, Mississippi or Jackson?
No, I was in Jackson last night and had to spend about 5 hours in an accident, so, you know.
Oh, shit.
Wait for me to read that. But I'm up here almost Memphis now. I'm going to go by and see Elvis, have lunch with him.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, man, Elvis is. Yeah, you become very patient driving a truck, huh?
Yes, you do. Either that or you take lots of Valium, you know.
Yeah, well, shoot, you're going through Memphis. You know, I stopped when I took my daughters on a cross-country museum trip, you know, some years ago. And
right.
I stopped outside of Graceland. I don't know if I ever told you in Paula. And at that time, I didn't have dreads, but we had been to Disney World. and I had bought a dreadlock hat. And it was a cap with dreadlocks attached to it. So you put this cap on, you instantly had these big dreadlocks. And I went and I stood outside the gate at Graceland as that tram was coming in. And I was standing out there, and I had my daughter turn the video camera on, and I was like, hey, man, Elvis not the king, man. Bob Marley the king, man. Hell to Bob Marley, man, the true king of rock and roll. Oh, man, you want to see a tram full of white people's faces go from pink, to red. It was a sight, Richard, And my daughter was, Dad, get in the car. So, but I couldn't. I got to find that video. It was precious, man. And then I was even young at that point, too. So hey, man, so what's going on in the world of down in the Kentuckys and stuff, man?
Well, I just wanted to call and let you guys know that we lost our bill last night with the anti-dog fighting campaign. I'm not quite sure how we did it, but our senators and our reps decided, Kentucky didn't need to move out of the dark ages. We need to stay there and, keep allowing dog fighting. I mean, it is against the law to dog fight, but only if they catch you. The law that we had proposed was a bill that would stop that from happening altogether. Breeding, if you were attended to fight,
right.
You could be charged. Now they have to catch you. Basically, they have to catch you hands-on doing the fighting, and then you might get a slap on the wrist. So we've been fighting that for the last couple months, but we lost our fight last night. But the war's not over. We're going to continue on and fight it. But the Kentucky Houndsman Association, which is a big hunting group, decided that they just didn't like that law, that it could infringe upon their hunting rights, which I don't get it, but they thought we could. So
that's what I was going to ask you. Who was opposing this, man? So the lobbyist against you guys was the hunting contingent?
Yeah, it was a Kentucky Houndsman Association. They're a small group, but they've got a loud voice. I don't figure out why. I can't figure out their connection in our Congress, Senate, and everything else here in Kentucky. But somehow they had a large group that they can just defeat bills to protect animals. We had several animal laws to pass this year that would have done some good, but they chose not to pass any of them.
So let's just get this straight for the public consumption, okay? That the Kentucky Houndsmen were against a dog fighting bill, correct?
Yes, sir, they were.
A dog fighting bill, a bill that basically says that it's illegal and barbaric and sick and inhumane for you to fight dogs in your garage, in your barn, in your backwoods little area, and have dogs, electrocuted and tortured and ripped apart and drowned and all this other stuff. They are against that type of activity.
No, I guess they're for it because they voted against.
I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, they're against the law that prevents you from doing that.
Yes, sir, they did. I mean, they chose to say that, it could infringe upon their hunting rights and the logic behind it was simply this, that if one of their hound dogs got in a fight with a squirrel, with this new law, basically they could be charged with fighting animals. I can see their point, but I mean, it's just kind of,
No, that point.
Are you serious?
Still let me see you fight no squirrel.
Richard, that sounds like one of them laws that says that colored feller there just ran into my rope and then just couldn't stop and he ended up swinging from that tree.
Yep.
I mean,
man, that tree with the rope.
Yeah, he's climbing that tree with the rope. So we ain't gonna put no law against lynching, because accidents happen.
I agree. It's sort of like that guy out in San Antonio when we were doing the free spay neuters. And the guy told me, he says, well, I'm not having my dog neutered because if I have it neutered, it'll be dead.
It'll be dead.
Can you get?
That's right. Because, if you, that's right. If you cut off his balls, then he's going to choke to death.
Yeah, or something, whatever it'll be. I don't know, but I don't understand it. The fight's not over. I mean, we're going to continue fighting. Every year we'll continue, and hopefully our leaders will listen and understand that, we're not out to stop hunting. Yeah. We're not out to, hurt anybody's right to hunt.
Oh, of course.
I hunt. I mean, I don't
Right.
hunt for sport. I hunt for, because I need food. I don't hunt
Right.
because, but these houndsmen believe that because they could actually infringe upon their right to use dogs
Yeah, exactly.
in the state of Kentucky, because if a Chihuahua went after a squirrel and killed it, well, that's dog fighting in their opinion. So,
Yeah,
and that's not what we're trying to stop. We're trying to
It's
stop dog fighting,
Yes.
dog on pig fighting, and dog
That's
and
right.
dog fighting.
Well, it's the human education, man. All the way down the line. That's what we have to keep fighting to do, Because, I mean, on the same hand, I told you, I saw it was a brother, it was a black guy, on the street here in Los Angeles, and I was trying to tell him about, getting his dog spayed and neutered, and he told me that, that's what you white people, Richard, that's what y'all did with slavery. Y'all cut the black man's nuts off, and now you want to cut the dog's nuts off and take away his manhood, and he won't be a man. I was like, damn, we still suffering from being tied to the bottom of the boat, with the dog spayed and neutering, man. That's a long 400 years of tying some shit together, but that's how psychological effects in America, with these guys talking about a squirrel has got something to do with dog fighting, to make that connection and that leap. It's the same kind of leap that you got to make to, slavery and getting your dog spayed and neutered,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart that, we're such a great state, a beautiful state. We have a lot of amazing people in it. And I'm ashamed to actually say that we're the bottom of the list on animal abuse. We're fighting it, but we're still at the bottom of the list.
Wow.
This new law would have given law enforcement a chance to not only go into a fight ring and bust everybody involved, because the way the law is now, it's simply that they have to catch two dogs fighting, and two people there have to basically admit those are their dogs before they can do anything about it. It's against the law in Kentucky, a dog fight right now. But the way it's set up, you have to see the fight, the law enforcement does, which, they're not going to send them out any invitations and go, hey, you want to come watch our dog fight? Because, we don't want to be caught or anything like that. So they have to do that. Then they have to actually catch or get an admission or proof from somebody attending that dog belongs to Joe Blow and that dog over there belongs to another Joe Blow.
Really?
They have to see this, and they have to get proof. Then they can go after them.
Well, tell me
Other than that, they walk.
Tell me this: was law enforcement for you guys or against you or what?
Oh, they were for it. They want this. They want to end this because in their viewpoint, and a lot of the law enforcement agents that I talked to they're like, well, it's a dog or whatever. They have that kind of mentality. It's just a dog. But they also know that what comes in with that dog fighting ring is drugs, illegal activities, stealing, and everything else, gambling. They wanted to get to the root of that and stop that, and that's why they backed this bill. Kentucky State Police backed this bill unanimously because they need the tools to stop this, and they want to stop kids from seeing this kind of thing. It's pretty prevalent in Kentucky that they do the dog fighting, and unfortunately, law enforcement's hands tied because they can go there and bust them. If they get 100 people there, 98 of them won't if they turn on the two that actually did something, and then maybe even all 100 of them won't. But it's just those two that will get a slap on the wrist, and they get fines and they get a little bit of in trouble. Maybe you get some time out of it, but it's not going to be much. 90 days in jail is nothing for the abuse they do to dogs.
Wow. Well, so what's the next step? Is to put the bill back through again, or what do you do?
Well, we're going to go back to the bargaining tables again, and we're going to try, this time we're going to try to bring the houndsmen in with us and see if we can get them to
Understand.
wording that will make them happy,
Right. Tell them, and maybe you guys just put a rider or whatever in there. It's a clause, if there's a squirrel involved in the fight, then that's that supersedes the two pit bulls locked with locked jaws around each other's throats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the police find a squirrel between the two pit bulls. Pardon me, Paula?
Or if the squirrel wins the fight.
Right, there you go. Yeah. If the squirrel wins the pit bull fight, then no charges. But
All bets are off.
Yeah, but if there's 25 guys and over $10,000 in cash and bloody dog parts and more than 2 pit bulls, in the vicinity within a 3-mile radius, something may be considered dog fighting,
Right. Well, I mean, and the sad thing is, it's like Illinois, Tennessee, Missouri, a lot of the surrounding states have made these big felony laws. So those dog fighting rings are moving out of those states and conducting fights here in Kentucky. And the sad thing that comes along with that, all the little dogs are getting stolen to go with it. I mean, we know that a lot of these dogs are getting stolen so dog flippers can take them to St. Louis or Nashville and flip them, and make money off of it. We know this. And we're taking steps to correct that. But what about the dogs that they're stealing so they can use them as bait dogs and train these dogs with? I mean, those dogs will never be seen again. We'll never see the bodies again. If we do, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be a dog ripped apart. And I'm just hoping none of our children in our great state walk upon anything like this and see this and are scarred for life. Right. But unfortunately, I guess the houndsmen don't think that's important. We need to worry more about, our right to use that dog to fight, use us to hunt squirrels, but it is more important to protect our children's mental capacities and not damage them by walking upon a dog that's been ripped to shreds because it's been used as a bait dog,
Yeah, that's a shame. Well, Richard, I'm going to say stick around with us as long as you want. You're going to be on the road for a while, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so hang with us as long as you care to. And, Paula, what time are we supposed to bring on our first guest?
Dennis should be standing by.
Okay. Then what we'll do is this. We'll take a commercial, and we'll try to get people to enjoy some of the wonderful benefits of the Pit Bull energy drink. And the blueberry pomegranate with guaranteed no aftertaste and all of the stuff, the only drink endorsed by the American Diabetes Association. This is not Red Bull or Monster or Quicksilver or bumper sticker or none of the rest of the many energy drinks out there, And if you guys are upset because I just put you down, that's okay, because you don't sponsor our show and we don't care. As a matter of fact, sponsors, if you happen to be a major pet food brand, we may be considered to, take you on as a sponsor. Somebody like, hey, we got a Walmart song today, right? Walmart, you're a gigantic conglomerate. We haven't talked about you guys in a while, So become a sponsor, We got plans. We want to put this show on the road. We want to go across the country and spade and neuter dogs every city across the country, okay? So with a great big corporate sponsor like that, like you guys. So if you're a giant corporation like Shell Oil or somebody like that, help a brother out, okay? I mean, what better thing to do than put me and Paula and Danny and Johnny Ray and Shorty and Fred Cray and Cheryl on the road and Regina driving. No. Yeah, she won't be driving. I'm just kidding. No, and Regina and we out there going across America, spade and neuter. And wait a minute, we got to drive. No, we got a driver for that RV. We need that giant right here, Richard Jennings, a licensed tractor trailer driver. See, so we could just hire Richard, and we could be the load from here to New York City. and back.
There you go, brother. There you go.
Yeah, because
you do that. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, Richie, because I was looking at one of these. It's a bus. It's a bus RV. What is it? Like a tractor trailer bus, right? You see them out there all the time, right? The gigantic ones.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little rolling little house, So we
That's
just
right.
throw the whole crew.
I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I could be the driver of the crazy bus. There we go. I'd love that. We'd have crayons for everybody.
That's right. There you go. Yeah, right. Well, most of the people driving those aren't professional drivers, I'm sure. And you guys get to witness that, huh?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So well, you have to tell me those stories. But anyway, you guys, you corporate sponsors, you know what I'm talking about. Do some good. They talk about reality shows. We got the reality show for you, and we could change some reality at the same time. Educate the United States. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes after word from Pitbull Energy Drink. And just in case you never saw Breeder X, we'll show you a trailer of Breeder X too. See you in 1 second, and we'll find out about Donald. Is it Donald, Paula? Dennis, that's what I said, Dennis. All right, bye.
Yeah, you said Dennis. That's right.
That's
did.
right. I know. All right, we'll be right back.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
Whoever came up with the term man's best friend, they couldn't have picked a better group of words to put together.
I've watched things in the human-animal interaction remain the same for years. Nothing has changed. Abusers, breeders, dog fighters maim and torture creatures who can't protect themselves. 1 month ago, I picked 3 of the worst animal abuse cases that I could find. I used these people to test my theory. What if the abusers got treated like dogs the dogs they tortured?
Pardon me, I'm Detective Will. Detective Smith.
You're kidding, right?
You want to go to jail today?
Herbie.
Boy, I told you about that dog.
The dog fight's going on.
I ain't no snitch, bro. I don't know nothing, man.
1 hour and a half of fucking my dog, Carly.
Please, somebody help me.
And here we go. All right. And that's hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. So, all right. We're going to get Dennis. Dennis, if you're out there listening to the show, we're going to call you right now on our one ringy dingy or two ringy dingies or
one ringy dingy or two ringy dingies or.
Uh-oh, I think, Paula, you got your soundy up. I'm getting echoes here. I don't know. Okay, that's better. Richard, you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, did you see the show on Friday?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I got to watch it when I get home tonight.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm getting feedback somewhere. It's Paula's? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Paula's. All right, so we'll turn that down. Well, Richard, man, I went to this club called Loaded on Friday, man. Wow, with Judy Mancuso and her organization. You know,
she got a great organization.
Yeah, man, you need to be getting maybe, get their help on getting some, bills passed and stuff in your area. See if they can give you any tips or anything on how to, go about doing the political stuff, because they kicking butt. But they had a little rock concert, man, and Pierce Brosnan's son, as Danny called him, James Bond Jr., man, you talk about rock and roll, man. That kid can play the guitar. Man,
hey.
It was like, like he was channeling Jimi Hendrix up in there, man. It was that serious, And I've got some of it, that I recorded. Oh, man, it was shit. So we're going to have them in. When are they coming in, Paula? Next Tuesday?
I think, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's going to be a great...
No, we're waiting to see Judy's contact them, so we're kind of waiting.
I'm sorry, what happened? Oh, Richard's... go ahead. What did you say, Paula?
Judy has contacted some other board members about being on the show with her and Katie, so we're kind of waiting, for them to verify what dates they're available. So we're going to have the whole shebang going on.
Oh, okay, yeah, because, well, I'm excited about getting that booked, and let me know, because that's going to be a great, great, great show, man, and what they do. And, I can't wait to play some of the rock and roll video, man. So it's like, Paul, you didn't know how big a Jimi Hendrix fan I am, did you?
Yeah, actually I did.
Oh, you did? Yeah, that's my love, man. I mean, Hendrix and probably, two artists, Jimi Hendrix and B.B. King, I'm sorry, because it's like, it's all the same, it's all the blues, but I love to cry in my beer. Sit at home and, hug my dog and cry in my beer. One of the best songs I ever heard is "My Woman Done Left Me, and I'ma miss that woman, but I sure wish she didn't take my dog." It's like she could have left, but she could have left the dog.
Leave me the dog.
Huh?
Leave me the dog.
Leave me the dog, yeah. You can hit the road, but leave the dog, because he wasn't bothering nobody, So, how we doing on Dennis? Okay, so let me see if I can help rock out here, baby. All right, Dennis
should be in your contact list because you're on his list.
Yeah, Richard is saying something here. What did you say, Rich?
Well, while you were trying to get Dennis online and all that, I just want to say hi to Paula. I didn't get to say hi to my girl. I got to give her a shout out. Say hi to her.
That's right.
Hi, dear. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm glad you're doing better. I was hoping that pool picture was of you relaxing by the pool in Alabama. Foster's open, hanging out next to the pool.
Yeah, I don't have a pool unless you consider the back, but
Yeah. Oh, well, hey, man, don't, haters gonna hate.
Yeah, how's that song go? Haters gonna hate. That's right.
That's right. That's what the kids say. Hey, Paula, where's the event at on Facebook? Because where'd you guys put it?
Foster.
I know, I'm a dummy. It's on the breeder page.
Yes.
Duh, I would not think of that. See, Richard.
You did.
Yes, he did think of that.
I knew that. I was just checking. But no, no, I don't see it.
Really?
No, it always throws. That's why I was like, well, wait a minute. Where is it at?
Maybe you didn't approve my post.
Uh-oh.
Who? Wait a minute. I don't have to approve your stuff. You are me.
Funny me.
Get him, Paula. Get him.
Wait a minute. Okay,
Let me find it here.
Okay, if you said, oops. Okay, maybe I didn't join the event.
Now that could possibly be.
But you know I was going.
Well, yeah, but you got to click the button so that Facebook knows that I'm not just sending out invites to, just everybody.
Right. See.
Okay, now I'm going to put the event in Breeder X. It should be right at the top. So you should be able to find it.
All right.
Yeah, because Paula even sent a little nice reminder a while ago, just a few minutes before the show, letting everybody know, asking about if they were ready for the show. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried.
All right, she just posted it. There it is. How did I not know that? All right. Oh, and Jack Bellamy is on there. Hey, speaking of which, hey, wait a minute. I saw Dennis there for a second. Think he might have went away. But anyway, is that Dennis? Hey, buddy, how you doing? Uh-oh, I don't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, get your sound. Okay, that's all right. We can wait. We're patient. We know technical difficulties around here, so you just keep trying. Soon as we hear you, we'll hear it. We don't hear you yet, though. Keep talking. No. Feel like Chris Tucker. Okay, he's saying, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? We see you, but we don't hear you.
Is that better?
There you go. Ta-da! Welcome. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I like that picture.
Paula, look to your right and just wave. Where your cup is? No, the other direction. Where your cup is? Look that way and wave. It looks like you're talking to him.
Yes, that's there you
guys
go.
are looking at each
There's
other.
Richard. There you go. I mean, Dennis. I'm sorry.
They look like they were talking to each other.
That's right. I said Richard. If we saw Richard in this truck right now, that would be scary. We know. We heard Richard drives down the highway with no pants.
Oh,
no. But that's another show.
Well, not standing. That's okay, as long as he's sitting.
I bought your wig.
That's right. So, Dennis, welcome to Foster's Animal World, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, yes. And then, so Paula gave you this great big introduction, but that was an hour ago. So tell us and refresh everybody who's just tuning us in. What do you do in what part of the country you're in?
In Alabama.
Alabama. You and Paula are next door neighbors.
No kidding.
Yeah, Paula has recently become
Paula, for sure. Yes.
Yeah, she's recently become a Bamanite, right?
Bama something.
It's a Bamanite?
Bama lady, I don't know. Nice
a Baman.
Roll Tide.
Is either a Baman or a
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And when I drive through there, I say, keep going. It's like,
I know. I'm not native to Alabama. I'm originally from Boston.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So shoot.
I can be excused.
Yeah, that's right. Well, so go ahead. What do you do in Alabama?
Well, what I had started, I don't if you just like a little intro.
Sure,
I had
please.
started Alabama Pet Registry.
Mm-hmm.
About 20 years ago, and the concept at the time was to help people who have lost or found pets, and it had its own origin and experiences that my wife and I had in our own neighborhood. And I guess it's the way everybody starts. You know, something they see a need or they have some mission or anyhow get involved. What I wound up doing is Alabama Pet Registry is still the organization, the 501c3 organization that was original to the idea, but it's been expanded a little bit more to the country. Not in the way I had intended, because it would not have been possible, but with technology, the changes in technology have allowed anybody who's anywhere to be visible to others in some way, and the internet did that, and websites did that, and that's what it's kind of doing for me.
Right.
The website that is available to most of to everybody is lostfoundpets.us.
Lostfoundpets.us.
Yeah, the usual www, but lostfoundpets.us.
Okay.
That is the nationwide database that we have for folks who have either lost or found pets. When it started, we've had a number of different animals that and their people that we've talked to. We don't talk to any of the animals, but we have talked to all the people.
Yeah, right. Well, you can,
phone calls.
Well, we found talking to the animals is okay, because most people do it. It's like talking to yourself. It's them answering. It's the answering back. That's the way the problems come in at. If you say that, if you say that the German Shepherd told me to, then it's a problem. So.
True. Especially when you're being booked, in a court, in a police station. Anyway,
Turn Richard's sound on.
We work with people who have lost mostly dogs and cats, but we've had pot-bellied pigs reported lost as well as found.
Right.
And it's people who have found the animals that really was the one of the key bases of forming the organization, because they don't have any help. There's nobody representing them. Owners can go to the animal control folks. They can talk to vet clinics. They're the ones without their animals, and they're the cause for the most part of that.
Right.
Nonetheless, for those that have found animals, we can kind of offer them some support, some guidance, and have been doing that for all this time. The Alabama origin was where we had the most visibility, at least within the state, because it started as a statewide effort, which in the Birmingham area, it's a good place to start because that's where I am, and that's where most of the population of the state is.
Right.
And this is mostly an agricultural state anyhow.
Yeah.
I've come to learn, that the differences between the less populated parts of the country and those more populated has to do with not necessarily intelligence or lack of, but in terms of pet ownership and pet responsibility. There's a big difference. And the apathy that many folks have about their pets is really the biggest problem that there is really anywhere. When you don't really care that much, when you have an accessory in the home, maybe a pet for a child or something like that, which for them may be maybe a toy or just something for them to them something they don't have to do that a child and an animal can do. The wrong reasons, but often that is sometimes the case. So when I say apathy, I just mean simply, I see the things, the policies, and you probably too, about the horrible, horrible people that do awful things to animals. as much as you read and see videos of that stuff, it's shocking. It makes you, tighten your hands, and you feel awful. But you know what? There are very few of those. Thank goodness. There really are. It's just that you can't know that when somebody else has discovered something and shares it with their friends, and all it winds up doing is incensing people. And it's very hard, very hard. The folks in rescue that I've been in contact with, and you folks too, Paula, you especially, the burnout rate, how can you do that? Over and over again. So I don't mean to, sorry, we'll get off this in a minute.
No, but go right in.
Thank you. But the rescue people, the people on the streets that are involved in physically, relocating animals, taking a chance to save them from harm, to get them back to their owners that they hope are going to be, grateful and will take steps to not let that happen again. That's always what we try and do. We can never know. So that's kind of why I'm here. And I've learned a lot of stuff along the way. And it's not to be the heretic I once was. I talk to people about their lost pets, and I'd say, why is your pet lost? And I realized that's not the point. The point is because that's pretty much 100% preventable.
Yeah.
It really is. Whether it's a cat or a dog or your favorite pot-bellied pig, they don't get away unless you give them the opportunity. But at any rate, there are some well-intentioned, some very loving folks out there, and many of them do better after the first incident.
Right.
Maybe there's never going to be another incident of their possible loss of their animal permanently. It happens all the time.
Well, in that area of the country that you're in, it's such a rural area. It's not like, that the animals that are being lost for the most part, they're not the ones in the neighborhoods, the urban areas of the city with fences and stuff, or it's more of the rural area where there aren't really a lot of fences, so if the animal gets out, it's like it might go for miles. Is it like that?
Yeah, they don't really go that far, but if they can in a country or in a rural area, there's nothing keeping them from going in a straight line, pretty much. In the cities and in the where there's more populated areas, they have to go left and right. Anyhow, they can be lost very close to home. It's very easy. But what I have found, and since Birmingham and where Alabama, the Pet Registry got its start, that's where I had most of my experience. And animals that are lost in the city area, and I'm considered where I am is considered urban. It was at one point a county before it was annexed into one of the nicer cities in Birmingham, and that meant that there was less concern about loose animals, unless your neighbor complained. No one else, there was no real patrol or patrolling.
Then they figured
the difference has a lot to do with what kind of enforcement is there as far as animal control, because they can be very instrumental in helping the public see that their animal could come to harm. Their biggest concern, the animal control people, is sure they'd like to have everybody have fenced-in yards, and they're not going to have them in the country. There's just not going to be.
Exactly.
There are exceptions. Over years, I've talked to people. Paul is an exception. But most of the people I talk to, the property that they grow up on, if it's a lot of acreage, they're not even going to make any effort. If there's a great distance between them and their neighbor, what's the point? Everybody's knows each other because there aren't that many everybody's, and they know each other's pets. But they come up missing, and not so much that they come up missing as they get killed. Cars are still going to kill them. They may have fewer of them, but you're definitely going to have more of that in the city. But I have not had. The animal control folks are there. They want to see people avoid, trying to hit an animal in the city and wind up killing themselves.
Right.
So that's kind of where influence is. In the country, it's more, for many people, it's more of an annoyance. There's a dog, I had a break, darn it. My car. And people aren't surprised when, well, Buster's been gone for 2 days. I'll give him one more day before I worry. Because it's been 2 days, and that happens all the time. They go out, they come back when they feel like it, but they always come back.
Right.
And I've heard from folks, they haven't come back. And now they're saying, how come? Why? What's Buster doing wrong? So that's, I'd be a little therapist from time to time.
I wanted to ask, since Paula is new to that area, what do you know about the dog fighting and things? Is that a problem in the Alabama area?
I guess I have heard, and often when pets come up missing and people make that suspicion, it's either coyotes or they're going to be, their dogs are stolen because they're going to be bait dogs for that kind of activity. Does it happen? Sure. But does it get the widespread, does it get any kind of paper, any kind of print? I guess it will when it happens, when there's a large bust and a lot of money and a lot of people, that kind of thing. But it's so very seldom. I've been here near 30 years or so, and I think probably there've been maybe a couple of news stories, maybe 5 news stories over that period.
That's good.
Yeah, you would think. But you know what? It's just one of those underground things. Nobody's going to, where it takes place, how these things are done. It's probably, and it's one of those, goes back to what I was saying earlier, and I think we all kind of know, that there aren't that many mean and rotten folks around.
Right.
But when you hear about them, you really get nervous and scared, and you don't want to be in that neighborhood. So it does happen. But I don't think it's widespread. The issue of coyotes in Alabama, I've seen 1 or 2 in the neighborhood, but they might have been foxes. I don't know. It was dark and they ran away. But, people worry, oh, my cat must have been gotten by a coyote. Well, they knew about the presence of coyotes before they put their little chihuahua in the backyard at night.
Right.
And frankly, I'll tell you, coyotes don't eat them. Other things happen. But they get all the blame, the poor things. But
what is that, like people?
No, the coyotes get blamed they get blamed by people for all of those.
No, I mean
missing.
Right. If it's not the coyotes, is it people?
No, it's animals that get lost. They don't know what to do when they're lost.
Okay.
They don't know that they're lost.
Right.
If they're not in a secure fenced-in yard, when they're not with their owners, or they're allowed to be loose in their neighborhoods, and many times people say I live in a cul-de-sac, so hey, it's safe, it's beautiful for human beings. But when you let your dog run loose and think it's perfectly okay because I've got the door open and I'm going to be on the phone in a while, I'll watch, look out the window. Well, it doesn't take much for them to come up missing, and the animals don't know whether they're cats or dogs or any other kind of pet. They don't know the state of their risk, when they're out doing their thing.
Right.
And dogs are highly social, as we know.
Right.
So they're going to be rescued by many people, and just as often they might be ignored in some neighborhoods, and that could be to their detriment. The longer they're ignored, loose away from home, not on a leash, traffic and other things can happen. They can get into poisonous substances. They can get attacked by sometimes other dogs if packs are allowed to, to move about.
Right.
And that happens.
Right.
Not as much, but it can.
So are you guys...
I think the whole... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, are you guys... how wide an area do you cover?
The country.
Oh, the entire nation?
Yeah, but here's what I should make a caveat. Sure. The guy you see is the organization.
You you're half the size of this organization. Because the two people you see,
50% larger. That's another way of saying it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm the corporate headquarters, CEO, all those other O's. But I've been doing this for this length of time. But I operate from my home. It's mostly, phones was a big, and still is a large part of the contact that I have with people these days with the website and text, texting and that sort of thing. That happens too, but it's not as immediate. When I say immediate, as a phone call, you got to answer it.
Right.
And it's still a 24-hour operation, 7 days.
Well, with being across the nation, I have to ask: is there any part of the country that you found to be worse than the other, as far as a community being responsible, or is there such a thing?
Yeah, well, there kind of is. You get a sense from talking to people throughout the country, and just simply things like, for instance, in this state, when we've had, we've had natural disasters like the hurricanes and we don't have that many hurricanes, but anyhow, anytime animals and people are displaced. One of the things that's done, animals are a part of, rescue and there are a lot of folks who'll do it individually, and they're getting a lot better at it organizationally with FEMA and what do they call the EMA organization, state to state. It's still not a priority, but it's part of it, because once they get folks particularly sheltered, now people become homeless. In some instances, those animals will either get temporary homes, and in some cases, the folks will never be able to take over responsibility for the animals. What I wanted to answer your question about is, where do those animals go? Usually in this state, out of state. But, through those states that have a different kind of control over their animal population, there's almost a shortage. So getting an animal, you can always go to a pet store anywhere, but there are many. I would say the Northeast, I would say the far West where you are, the attitude, and many other states, and frankly throughout the country, but the most rural of states, that allows for the most let's say loose animals, the homeless animals, maybe even the unwanted or the forgotten animals.
Right.
But that maybe isn't what comes to the general public's attention, because the general public, there aren't that many of them in those areas that we're talking about.
Really?
But they're certainly going to get in New York City, and other major cities of that sort.
Correct.
They have problems with animals that come up.
Well, wait a minute.
So
Dennis?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No problem. I want to take a break because we've got a new thing with our show here, and I think Paula has just sent me. We want to.
Only 1 hour. Only 4 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna download the show and stuff. So on the hour, that's what I was told. So.
Aren't you doing 2 hours? Isn't it 4 hours?
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know, but bottom line is we're gonna go to a commercial for 30 seconds or something, I think, and then we can come back, but that'll give us a chance to save the show and make it easy on our computer system, because we got a hamster or 2 hamsters up under the desk to keep this whole thing going, man. We don't, unfortunately.
The one hamster called in sick today.
So we got one hamster. That's right. And he got to stop and eat. So we'll be right back after this. And if your system if your feed drops, then refresh your browser and just come back in with us. So we'll take a commercial to pay some bills, and we'll be right back. Thanks.
Okay.
Rock, for that wonderful. Thank you for that break and little intro. And we're back, and we're black. Hey, here we go. So okay, so that first hour of the show is, as you said, Dennis, thank God to technology. It allows you to do what you do, and be all over the country. But as we all know, with that, thank God, technology also comes with, oh my God, with technology, because we've all sat there and said, what do you mean it broke? Hard drive. It's like gigabytes. I don't understand this. Gremlins.
No, what?
Yeah. Well, what cloud? Yeah, what cloud? Where is it at? What cloud is it on? I don't see. The sky's clear.
Sunshine here.
Yeah, so we believe here in back up, and back it up again. So okay. So where were we? I'm sorry when I interrupted you there, sir.
I don't know. You got to make $1.
Yeah, man. 89 cents around here, pretty much. But we'll be at that $1 by the end of the year.
You get 89 cents. You get 89 cents.
I didn't say get.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, we operate on the recycling of Pitbull energy drink cans. So the more people who order this stuff, and we crush those cans down, and I get my little shopping cart out. You guys see me downtown, and I have my hoodie on. Y'all don't know that's me, but that's Foster's Animal World continuing to keep going around here, baby. So let's get back to it. And before we do, Dennis, I don't know if you know what we do around here, but, a lot of this show is based around adoption and rescue. We're the rescues for the rescues, but Paula there sitting next to you, she has dogs that she gets adopted every week that we put on the show and put the plea out there to different people who are looking for homes for wonderful animals, and she does that. So Paula, you haven't done that today. Do you have some dogs?
Yes, I do.
Well, I think it's about time in the show that, somebody's waking up. What is this? Is like 9, 10. It's almost noon in New York City. New York City. Get a rope. So somebody's probably stretching out and looking out the window of the high-rise apartment or somewhere there in the Catskills, in Upper Jersey and New York State or somewhere around there, and thinking to themselves, wow, it would be great to get a dog,
I need to go get a dog today. That's what they're thinking.
Somebody somewhere out there right now is saying those exact words. I need to get a dog. I've adopted. I've adopted at least 2 dogs off of television, off Fox television in the morning time, And so I know that there's somebody sitting there watching this show right now that says, I really like to get a dog. So Paula, Rock, help those people get a dog. So Dennis, me and you are just going to hold on for a minute, and Paula's going to get some dogs adopted. We're averaging 2 of them, Dennis, and our record is 12. So Paula, save some lives, baby.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready. Rock is ready. First up, we have Toby. Toby's current status is urgent. He can be euthanized at any time. And the reason that he is urgent is he has an upper respiratory infection, which is so totally treatable. Anyway, Toby is a pit mix. He's around 3 years old. He's a little chunky at 70 pounds. Toby is a big boy who's super sweet, and he's easy to handle on a leash. He is a drooling machine. who is outgoing, and he has a lot of energy. He ignored the other dogs, and he did okay on a leash. Now we have Daniel. Daniel's current status is also urgent, and he can be euthanized at any time. Daniel's reason for being urgent is he's thin. Yes, I said they were going to euthanize him because he is thin. Daniel is 2 years old, and he's 45 pounds. Daniel was once someone's beloved dog, and he had a nice collar when he showed up at the shelter. He does well with other dogs. He is smart. He's food motivated. I guess maybe they should give him more food. And he knows how to sit. He is outgoing, and he has even energy. He is such a sweet dog. Now, next up, we have Ramona. Ramona's current status is urgent. She can be euthanized at any time. And the reason for that is because she has mange. Ramona is talkative, she's outgoing, and she would make a great travel companion to keep you company. She is full of energy, she's silly, she's goofy, and she loves her toys. Now, next we have Dublin. Dublin's current status is he can be euthanized at any time for having a treatable upper respiratory infection. This 3-year-old boy is full of energy. He's playful, he's happy, and he is outgoing. He is absolutely adorable, and I'd like to take him home. But anyway, he has lovely little spots, and I just don't understand how they could kill such a cutie. I'm in love. Now we have Rookie. Rookie is urgent, medically urgent for an upper respiratory infection. Rookie is listed as a shepherd mix. Not sure about that. He's 45 pounds, and fully vetted. He is very handsome, and he is eager to please. This love bug enjoyed playing with some toys during playtime. Now, these dogs are the courtesy of Urgent Animals at Fort Worth Animal Care and Control, and that is in Fort Worth, Texas. These animals can be seen on Fort Worth's webpage on Facebook. It is urgentanimals.fortworth.com is their website. And those are the cuties I have for you this morning.
Well, all right. Hey, man, the little dog Daniel, man, they dogging him because he's skinny?
Yeah, they're going to kill him because he's thin.
See,
that's what they said.
I would have been put to sleep a long time ago if that was the criteria that they were putting out for humans, man. Because, I've been, a little thin guy most of my life, man. So, but he was a cutie. So, anybody that was the Fort Worth?
Fort Worth, Texas area. Go save these dogs.
Okay, see that? This was your day. Everyone in Fort Worth, Texas right now. As I was saying, Fort Worth, okay? This is your opportunity. I'm partial to Daniel, first of all, because, he's a little thin guy, and you could just get some Similac. You go to the store and get some Similac, the baby formula. Mix a little bit of that on the food with a little bit of water, just a teeny bit. And, man, in 2 months, Daniel will be walking around there all buffed up, and you will have saved a life and have a companion little buddy for a long time. So, Fort Worth, Texas, this is your day. You never expected it, right? Who'd have thunk it?
Get off the couch.
That's right. Go
save a dog.
Hurry. And
I have 6, and I have room for probably 6 or 8 more. So,
that's right.
You can help get a dog.
That's right. And if you're watching this later, Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube tomorrow, which will be your today, then just hit the little thing and rewind and go back, and because YouTube is your own personal DVR, so just go back and listen to those dogs again and look at the one in the Fort Worth area that is for what is Fort Worth. There's two cities right there with Fort Worth, right? Dallas, Fort Worth. Thank you very much. Yeah. I know it's like when I hear it by itself, I kind of go, wait a minute. Yes, I know when I'm flying all the time. Dallas, Fort Worth. That's where you're going. So it's the Twin Cities. So we killing two birds with one stone. Well, not killing. We're going to save two lives with one stone. Dallas and Fort Worth. So both of you cities, you guys can go and get one of those dogs because it's just like a little extra, 10 minutes drive from Dallas to Fort Worth to get that dog. So there you go. All right. So, yeah, so that's a blessing. All right. Thank you so much, Paula. We'll try to save these babies. All right. So, Dennis, getting back to you.
Yeah.
All right. So, a lady sent me a message here, and she says, how do they get in touch with you?
Our phone number is on my phone number is on the website. I say our and I say we because it sounds so much more like there's a battalion of helpers.
Well, it is our. It is our and we, because if you got animals or you got family, the things that you do, it takes so much time that it impacts everybody else. You might be the foot soldier, but it's a team effort, buddy.
Yeah, I thank you for that because it's one of those things that there are a lot of folks doing independent things and some have a farther reach than others do, but the effort is still the same.
Yeah.
They can reach us by the phone number that's on the website, but I'll give you the phone number. It's area code 205-718-2197.
And say that one more time for those who need sign language, and I'll do it.
Okay. 205-718-2197.
All right, and that's right. And so it's
the website. That's right. But you don't.
And I'll put this. I'll put
on this one.
No, I'll put that all up on the screen and maybe later.
Okay.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
It's lostfoundpets.us.
Lostfoundpets.us.
Yes.
My
phone number is there as well. Anyway, so if you don't.
Lostfoundpets.us. That's
right.
All. Okay, and for those who can't see us and is listening to us, you got it. Lostfoundpets.us. And for those who can't hear us and you're watching us, it'll be up on the screen and we'll put something up. And we always put. You got a Facebook page?
You know what? Yeah, but it's probably the lostfoundpets.us. I think if that is searched on Facebook, you'll get our page. I don't have the Facebook address in my head, so
okay,
but I'm there. I do have a page.
That's right. I don't have it in my head either. But lostfoundpets.us, and you could always get in touch with Paula Archer and myself or Richard Jennings. Richard, are you still on the highway?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. Dennis, we keep Richard awake every week too, while he's driving down the highways of America. And are you hauling any dogs today, brother?
Well, I just got my own personal dog day with me. My Boo-Boo, he's with me.
All right, Boo-Boo's sitting over there riding shotgun in the passenger seat, and Boo-Boo, every now and then Boo-Boo talks on the phone for us, but, he's gotten used to the show. So, but yeah, anyone that wants to get in touch with Dennis, you can always still go ahead and, reach out for us. We're cool. So, anyway, Dennis, so go ahead and tell us more.
There are a couple of things that I'd like to leave the listeners with that are meaningful to me because it's taken all these years for me to kind of learn something about what I'm talking about, because it's easy to say something and not have it backed up. For about the first 5 or 8 years, I kept statistics on how many lost and found animals that were reported to me. And by that I mean conversations I had with people. In the early days, there was no website and there was no way to communicate electronically. It was all by phone. And at any rate, in the case of lost dogs or cats, and those are the more common and popular companion animals that people have. The others, the rabbits, the various types of exotic birds, we've run into those as well. But basically dogs and cats, because the others weren't as numerous, I didn't keep any stats on. But basically, and this is kind of what I thought, I needed to know if there was anything that the pet registry was doing or could do that might have an impact.
Right.
And what I learned that and I had seen this in several places, that 10% of the animals, only 10% of animals that are lost with no other, information are that is, of 100% of the animals that are lost, only 10% are going to be recovered.
Wow.
And I found, that is one big, statistic, a 90% loss. Well, I found out otherwise. But it shouldn't give anyone hope, because all you have to do is, is let your guard down once, and it could be, much to your disappointment. But what I found is, for us, when we got calls about lost dogs, and if they were within the first 7 to 14 days, if they were reported lost.
Hey, Dennis.
Yes.
I think it's just me and you. I think our stream froze. And if anybody's watching or listening, you could tell me. But I want to give our engineer a chance to, he might have to drop the feed and relaunch it or something. And it's easier to do that than, and
Kane.
Paula, I hear you, but we don't see you. Are you guys watching the show too?
Yeah, it's froze.
It's froze? Okay. So I'm going to give Rock a chance to reload and everything. So if we need to
mute because I have a dog issue going on, so I'm going to mute.
Okay, you mute, but we may drop everything and you may need to redo your browsers, and I'd rather do it now before we get the two Donnas on and the music and stuff,
Okay.
Okay.
All right, honey.
You guys just hang on 1 second. We're going to work this out. And you too, Richard.
Okay, doke.